Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in those earbuds, adjust that speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. What is Second Cup? Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next Monday morning mailbag airs, or a piece of late breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the April 21st, 2025 episode of Second Cup. How are you this morning? Great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. This is the belated Happy Easter, belated Happy Passover episode of Second Cup. We forgot to wish everybody last week a Happy Easter and a Happy Passover that was just coming up on us. Well, now it's in the rearview mirror, so we'd like to say a belated Happy Easter and a belated Happy Passover to all the viewers and listeners out there. And I got to remember to mark my calendar when I sit down to do the Monday morning mailbag and the Second Cup. I got to remember to put it in my notes, the holidays that are coming up that are going to be within, how do I want to say it? You know, within the week's broadcast of Monday Morning Mailbag and Second Cup, because if something's coming up on a Thursday or a Friday and it's a Monday show, I need to remember to mention it. So my apologies for not remembering to wish everyone a happy Easter and also a happy Passover. And I hope you all had a very happy and blessed Easter and also a very happy and blessed Passover. All right. Well, great to be with you. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. We are once again using Wawa coffee. I got the bag right here. This came courtesy of viewer James Sefton. James, thank you again very, very much. It is wonderful, smooth, and mellow. And we are using our Indiana Jones coffee mug this morning because, like last week with Fabula Coffee, we are on a new coffee adventure. Hang on, let me get a sip. Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic. And coffee mug, the Indiana Jones coffee mug, came courtesy of viewer Jamie Horn. Jamie, thank you again very, very much. And boy, that coffee is good. So if you have a Wawa in your neck of the woods, stop in and get a bag of their regular coffee. It is very, very good. And if you were lucky enough to remember that last Wednesday was Wawa's 61st anniversary, they were giving out free coffee all day, any size. How about that? Wow, we don't have a Wawa here in Northeast Ohio. A new one just opened up in the greater Cincinnati area. So I'm anticipating Wawa to slowly start moving northward through the state of Ohio. So hopefully before long, we'll have a Wawa right here in Northeast Ohio, within driving distance of where I am in Chardon, Ohio. Looking forward to that, yeah. Hang on, well, let me get another sip. Oh boy, that is really, really terrific. And I forgot to mention this morning on the Monday Morning Mailbag, we did mention it later on the show, but I forgot to open with this. There was no snow on my late brother Jay's birthday on the 18th, April 18th. He was born April 18th. And we almost always have snow on his birthday, or give or take a day or two before, a day or two after, we'll have snow. It's like that last little bit of snowfall before spring really kicks in with all the warm temperatures. On the 16th last week, it was very, very cold. It was below freezing, and they were predicting snow, but I did not witness any snow in the air or any snow on the ground. Now, It could be that we did get snow overnight and I just didn't see it because I was sound asleep. And by the time I got up in the morning, perhaps there wasn't any on the ground, or there was only snow in the air and it didn't stick to the ground. But as far as I know, on the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, right in there, no snow. So, well, you know what? Sometimes it happens, but we almost always have snow right around my late brother Jay's birthday, April 18th. So we'll have to wait till next year and see what the weather brings. But great to be with you this morning. I hope it's very, very warm and agreeable where you're at. Hope you're going to have hope you're looking forward to having a great day. And again, the temperatures are getting warmer here in the Northern Hemisphere. And man, just a great day to enjoy a cup of coffee and talk a little bit of wet shaving. So that's what we're going to do. So let's pay a few bills and then we'll get the show underway. Viewer Tim Whitcup sent this along, and it is really, really invaluable information created by Mantic59 on his YouTube channel and also at sharpologist.com. Tim writes, "Hey Mark, this explains a safety razor head." And he provided a link that takes you to a YouTube video by Mantic59 called "The Hidden Science of Safety Razor Design Revealed." And in the description of the video, it reads, "Uncover the hidden science behind safety razor design and its impact on your shave. Learn how blade gap, exposure, guard bar design, and blade angle work together to create the perfect balance of efficiency and comfort. Discover why a single specification doesn't tell the whole story of a razor's aggressiveness." This is really terrific, a terrific video. We're going to link it below, created by Mantic59. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel that we highly recommend. He also has a fantastic blog and website area called sharpologist.com. Really, really a lot of wonderful, invaluable wet shaving information at both of those URLs, and we're gonna make sure to have those links below so you can get over there and watch the video, read the blog post, and learn a little bit more about safety razors. And we sometimes do get stuck in that one specification of blade gap. We'll look at a blade gap and say, well, it's a 0.50 millimeter blade gap, so it's a very, very mild razor, when in fact there are other factors that come into play. But I think in the wet shaving world, we've just kind of devolved, so to speak, into just talking about a blade gap as a sort of shorthand to describe how aggressive or unaggressive the razor might be. And Mantic59 has a very, very good point, because I recently used an above-the-tie razor that I've had for some time, and it's the Windsor Pro SB90, and it's called SB90 because it has a 0.90 millimeter blade gap. And when I received it, it's a beautiful stainless steel razor. When I received it, I thought, maybe I shouldn't have purchased this because 0.90 millimeter blade gap. That's going to be quite a bit, man. Oh man. Well, when I shaved with it, it was beautifully smooth and mild. I couldn't believe it. Well, these other factors come into play, I would think. So it's just not blade gap. Another razor that was very surprising when it came to blade gap was the Bohemia razor by Yankee that I recently reviewed and talked about on the Monday Morning Mailbag. That has, as I recall, well, it's adjustable in that you can flip the plate from one side to the other. So the milder side, or the less aggressive side, has a 0.95 millimeter blade gap, and the side that is a little more aggressive, has a little more growl, is 1.35 millimeter blade gap. And you would think with those two specifications, wow, that's going to be a really, really aggressive shave. Not so. The 0.95 millimeter blade gap side of the base plate was very smooth and mild. I was really surprised. The razor is quickly becoming a favorite in the shave den because of its mild, smooth quality. Now, granted, the 1.35 millimeter blade gap on the other side of the plate does have a little more growl, but not to the extent that I can't use it. But yeah, so that's a little bit of insight regarding a safety razor and the different qualities or the different specifications, the different specs that come in to determine how mild or how aggressive a razor can be. So my thanks to Tim Whitcup for the heads up on this and sending this along to the channel. Again, we're going to link it below, and bravo to Mantic59 for some great useful information for wet shavers out there in helping them understand blade gap, the aggressiveness of the razor, and how all these qualities come together. That is blade gap, blade exposure, guard bar design, and blade angle. They all come together to really tell the full story of how aggressive or how mild a razor is. Tim, thanks very much, and a big bravo and thank you to Mantic59. Again, we'll have those links below. Now, are you looking for a different kind of pre-shave? Well, this came from viewer Rodney Ripplinger, and he writes, "Hi, Mark. I'm starting to commit to using Cornhuskers lotion most all the time as a pre-shave. Today I shave with a DE razor, first applying Cornhuskers, then the hot towel trick. I was checking my face after a 3-pass shave and found it to be very slick yet. I did a buffer pass or two in my trouble areas. It was just as if I had applied shaving cream. Here's a hot towel tip I got from watching a straight razor YouTube video last evening. You fold up the towel as before, then dampen it with tap water. But instead of placing the towel directly on the microwave turntable, you stuff it into a coffee mug. I could have put George to work in the den with that task, but didn't want to subject him to that kind of heat. So I used a bit taller generic stoneware mug I had. That worked great. The cup keeps the towel warmer longer, easier to carry around too. I don't know if you would want to try the Cornhuskers as a pre-shave or not. If not, it still works very well on your hands. That's the original purpose of its creation. If you decide to get some of either usage, don't buy it from Amazon. Before ordering it from them, I looked in 5 different stores and couldn't find any. So I ordered it from Amazon. From Amazon, it was $7.99. Yesterday, I went into Fleet Farm, a home goods farm type store. I got the same size bottle for $4.34. A store similar to Fleet Farm is where you might find Cornhuskers. For that price, it is well worth having for any use you might find for it. Rodney, thank you very much for this. This is great. I have never used Cornhuskers before. However, I did go up to Amazon to see what the price was, and you're right, it is a little more expensive at Amazon. I'll have to look around here and see if they have Cornhuskers. I know the big one here is Tractor Supply Company, so I'll check there. There's a location here in Chardon, and I'll run in there and see if they have Cornhuskers. I am very curious about it. However, on the Amazon page, I decided to go to the 5-star reviews. They've got an 85% 5-star review, or 5-star rating for Cornhuskers oil-free hand lotion. And I just typed in the keyword shaving, and this is what came up. One reviewer said, 30-year use as a shaving gel. So this gentleman, wow, man, have recommended to my doctor who used it. 30-year use as a shaving gel. How about that from a gentleman named Maury Troutner? Here is what somebody else says, an end to dry hands. Cornhuskers Extra Strength has been around forever and is very reliable for dealing with dry hands and shaving burns. Well, there you go. Maybe, you know, a little bit of razor burn, a little bit of shaving burn. Cornhuskers might very well come to the rescue for you. And also, this individual says, great product. I am allergic to shaving foam, so I use this to smoothen out my face before shaving. This acts as a great lubricant, and I feel it works better than any shaving cream or foam. How about that? So Rodney, 3 other people on Amazon in their reviews are hailing Cornhuskers as a great pre-shave and shave cream of sorts. So, folks, check it out. Give it a go. Give it a look and see if you can get it at your local store. Like a Tractor Supply store, something like that, an agricultural store. You'll probably get it for a few bucks less than on Amazon. But if you don't have a store like that, know that it is available at Amazon, and we will provide an Amazon link below in case you don't have one of these stores in your area. So, Rodney, thanks again for the heads up on corn huskers. And regarding the hot towel trick, in a previous Second Cup or Monday Morning Mailbag, I can't remember which, Rodney was telling us how he creates his hot towel. Again, he just gets a towel, folds it up, runs it under some cold tap water or under some tap water, and then puts it in the microwave for about a minute. And then that heats it up. And by the time he gets it to his shave den and builds his lather, it is cooled down to a point where he can now apply it, that sort of thing. Because you don't want to take it out of the microwave and slap it onto your skin right away. You want to let it cool down a little bit so it comes to a more moderate temperature. But this additional tip regarding a coffee mug, that's pretty neat. Just get that towel, roll it up, damp towel, put it in a coffee mug, microwave it that way, and now you can more easily carry it to your shave den and just set it right there on your counter while you build your lather and do your pre-shave work. And again, just let it cool off a little bit, and by the time you're ready for the hot towel, it should be a good moderate temperature. So that's a great way to create a hot towel. Just be careful not to slap it on your face fresh out of the microwave. That's the point here. And if you want, look into getting a hot towel cabinet. Jamie Horn very kindly sent one to the channel. I use it just the other day for a shave. It's wonderful, and it keeps it at the proper temperature, so it's not too hot, not too cool. It's just right. So a big thanks to Jamie Horn for that. So we'll have a link to hot towel cabinets available on Amazon that are similar to the one I have, so you can check those out because they're not that expensive. They're falling in price. Well, you know what? You can go in any direction, any size, any price level, that sort of thing. But you can find a nice compact one that fits into your shave den at a good, affordable price. Let me put it that way. So, Rodney, thanks again for the corn huskers tip and also the hot towel tip. Really do appreciate it. Now, this morning we had a couple of shave soap reviews, one from Jamie Horn of the Yaki Dragon Shave Soap. That's a collaboration between Yaki and Master Soap Creations, and Jamie really loved the lather. He loved the scent. And we also had a review of Henri et Victoria's Cognac and Cuban cigars, and that came courtesy of viewer David Dart. And I have used this. I've done the review. I've had a couple of shaves with it. I love this scent. Absolutely fantastic. And again, we created Second Cup just to make sure that we cover all the bases and get you the information regarding wet shaving gear, shave soaps, aftershave splashes, and that sort of thing. Just in case something comes in after we've already put the Monday morning mailbag to bed, meaning that we've already got it scheduled. It's already been fully edited. It's scheduled. It's been uploaded. It's ready to go for Monday morning. And, inevitably, someone sends along a great piece of information or a great review or something else that we want to share with viewers and listeners. So that's why we created Second Cup. And we have just such an item this morning from James Sefton. And again, this came in after we completed the Monday morning mailbag. And he writes, "Hey, Mark, Inferno soap is fantastic, and the aftershave is too. Used it this morning, and BBS. Have a great day and happy Easter, James." James, thanks very, very much for that. He also added, "The splash isn't overly strong, but lasts for quite a while." Now, again, this is the Goodfellas Smile Inferno Tallow Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash Bundle. It's made in Italy. And the bundle on Amazon is about $30 or so. I think the shave soap by itself is $13.99, and I think the aftershave splash is somewhere in that price range as well. So together they're about $30, $31, something like that. We'll get links below so you can see it. But here's what they have to say about the Goodfellas Smile Inferno Tallow Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash. Inferno scent. Inferno creates a sensory journey. It offers a unique olfactory experience, starting with sweet saffron and rose notes that transform into a smoky, leather, woody aroma, culminating in a blend of patchouli, amber, and musk. That sounds wonderful. And you know what? It sounds like it's in the same ballpark of cognac and Cuban cigars, to be honest with you. It goes on to say here, Inferno Shave Soap is of premium quality, crafted with a meticulous selection of ingredients, including tallow, to ensure a luxurious shaving experience. Alcohol-free aftershave. The Goodfellas Smile aftershave fluids are produced with 95% natural ingredients. Aloe vera from organic farming, witch hazel, and perfume. A simple, but at the same time complex formula, balanced and restorative for the skin. And that's great to hear. So it's made in Italy. It's about $30 for the bundle, or you can buy them separately on Amazon, whichever one's going to give you the better price. Not entirely sure, but we'll have links to everything below so that you can check it out. James loves it. Sounds like it's a great scent. Sounds like it's great performance. It's a tallow-based shave soap. If you prefer tallow-based shave soaps, James says this is another good one. So check it out. Inferno from Goodfellas Smile. It's available on Amazon, probably from some other online retailers. If you happen to know where else this is available, please let us know. I'm going to check the razor company, see if they have it. If they have it as well, I'll provide that link below. So thanks again to James Sefton for the heads up on the Goodfellas Smile Inferno Tallow Shave Soap and Aftershave Splash Bundle. Made in Italy. We'll have links below. James, thanks again. Well, I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the Rowan aluminum razor at tryrowan.com, TRYROWEN.com. That's where you can check out this razor. And Manuel Rappard of tryrowan.com very kindly and generously sent along the Rowan razor along with the stand and a blade bank to the channel for review. And I had a shave with it and already recorded the review. I have to edit it together, but I wanted to give you a little bit of a preview of what else I discovered with this razor. First of all, it is an aluminum razor, but the aluminum handle has a steel core on the inside, so it adds a little bit of heft and weight to it, which I think is a really nice touch, especially if you're someone who likes a heavier razor or a razor with a little more heft than most aluminum razors. I think you'll like this one a lot. The other thing is this is a T-shaped razor head, very similar to the Yaki tile razor head that we've used. I think that's with the handle. I think it's called the DeLorean. I can't quite remember, but we've done a review on that. You can find that on the channel. Just type in Yaki tile DeLorean, something like that, and that review should come up. And you'll see the T-shaped razor head that Yaki offers. And obviously the Henson. So this really does harken back to the T-shape of the Henson. We have some other razors that also lean towards a T-shape, but are not so dramatically T-shaped, but they lean towards that kind of design. I would say the Yates Winning Razor and America Razor have that kind of a shape to it. Certainly in looking at the Aylesworth Apex aluminum razor, the shape of that razor head kind of leans towards a T-shaped design, as does the Carved Bison razor. That has a little bit of a hearkening toward the T-shaped razor head. At least in looking at those razor heads now and comparing it to the Rowan razor, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Even though they're not, a specific T-shaped razor head, they kind of lean in that direction. That's kind of my guess. That's kind of just my observation. But the point is that all of those razors that I mentioned, it's very easy to find the shave angle, and that's the advantage of these T-shaped razor heads. You can find that shave angle very, very easily. And that was very, very true of this Rowan razor. Very easy to find the shaving angle. Now, the lather channels are long and continuous on either side of the razor head. There is no center bar there. It's one long lather channel, and it did a great job in moving the lather and whisker out of the way of the blade. So blade exposure was constant. It was really, really very nice to have that razor blade exposure while you're shaving away there. That lather just moves right out of the way. The only time I had to rinse was when too much was gathering on the underside of the razor head and running down the handle. That was nice. The knurling on the handle, that's a classic tight knurling. Very, very good. I like the way it sits in the stand right there like that. Very, very simple, elegant kind of design. In looking at it, I mentioned to you that it's not a high polish finish, but it's not a muted satin kind of finish. It's kind of in between, and it does have a rather industrial, masculine kind of quality to it, which is something else that I like quite a bit. And my understanding is this is version 1 of the razor. They're going to be announcing a version 2 and doing some improvements to it by getting feedback from a lot of their users out there. I thought this was very, very good. The base plate also has a thrust bearing there, so you don't have to worry about using an O-ring. They got a thrust bearing right in there, and clamping was very, very good, and the razor remained snug and secure throughout the shave. There was something that I detected, which is good, and this is a good quality. There is a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a little suction, so to speak, or a pad-like feel when you're shaving with it. When you hit that angle, that correct angle, and you hit that angled face on the razor head, you can feel that angled face on your skin, and you feel the blade and the whisker being shaved away, and you know you're on the right angle. So there is a little bit of a pad-like feel with a little bit of suction, kind of keeping the razor head on your skin throughout the shaving stroke. It doesn't cause any drag or lag or anything like that. It's just letting you know you're at the right and proper angle. I like that. And I use the term suction for lack of a better word, but I think it's kind of like a pad-like feel. If you've ever used a cartridge razor, you've got these 3 or 4 or 5 blades, whatever it is, in the cartridge razor head. And it's kind of like a pad, and you press down and pull, and you get that pad-like feel on your face. Well, this is a similar kind of feel without having to press. Use a light touch and let the razor do all the work, gentlemen, and you still get that kind of a neat pad kind of a feel, which makes it a great razor to transition from cartridge razor shaving, because if you're a cartridge razor shaver, you're familiar with that pad feel from the cartridge razor head, and this kind of gives you, not identical, but a kind of a similar kind of feel and experience. I liked it a lot. I really did. I got a terrific BBS shave after 2 days, after 1 day's worth of beard growth and 2 passes. That's what I want to say. 1 day's worth of beard growth and 2 passes. And it was a BBS finish. No nicks, no cuts, no irritation. The Allen block pass was very good. Maybe a dull zing here and there, but nothing really to write home about. All in all, a great shave with this razor. And I used their blades and the blades that came with it. I think they're called Fly Deer. I'll have to look at the label again. Correct me. I apologize if I'm wrong. I'll correct it below in the description. But if I'm incorrect, but the blade was very, very good. It's a super platinum coated blade, and I thought they were very, very good. And I'm really looking forward to trying my favorite platinum coated blades in this razor. One other thing I wanted to mention to you: when you load the blade and you look at the blade in the razor head, since we've been talking about blade gap, exposure, those kinds of things. When you look at it, it doesn't look at all like it's going to do anything. It doesn't look overly aggressive. It looks like the blade is just barely peeking out. But when you hit that blade angle, oh my gosh, it just sings. It really gives you a nice shave. Very smooth with some good positive blade feel that is never harsh, very comfortable, and again, a very, very close result. I really, really enjoyed the shave with this. I really did. And the other thing I noticed in the review, and I'll mention this in the review, I mentioned this in the review, I'll just mention it here, is that getting up under the nose, on the upper lip, getting up underneath the nostrils, this angle is dead on. I'm able to reach right up underneath the nostrils and just shave away all those little bits on a with the grain pass, on that first pass, north to south. That is terrific. It did a great job. I really, really enjoyed the razor. And you can hear me looking at the razor, holding it and putting it back into the stand there. The stand and the razor, really terrific. Looks great. Again, it has a nice masculine industrial kind of look that I like, and it's rather elegant in its own way. And the stand is a very simple block with the Rowan brand name on it. No sharp edges or corners, which is very, very nice. And overall, a great anodized look in that it's not overly highly polished, and it's not it's not a muted satin finish. It's somewhere in between, but a really, really terrific razor, and the added weight internally with that steel core internally inside the aluminum handle is a real plus. I really like that a lot. So we'll have a link below to tryrowan.com. This is version 1 that they have up there. And from what I understand, based on an email that I got from Manuel Rappard, they are getting ready here to launch a newly upgraded version 2. So would be really curious to see how that compares to this one and what kind of improvements they will make, because they're doing this based on feedback from a lot of the folks who have used this razor. And I already emailed my feedback to Manuel to let him know about this razor. And I really, really liked it a lot. So we'll get that review edited as soon as possible, sometime this week, and we'll get it posted as soon as we can. But really a terrific razor. The Rowan aluminum razor, available at tryrowan.com. We'll have a link below. Again, my thanks to Manuel Rappard and everyone at tryrowan.com. Again, folks, we'll have links below. Now, before I get out of here, I'm going to recommend a movie to you. This one is from 1946. It's a comedy, and it stars the Marx Brothers. It's called A Night in Casablanca. This was one of their later efforts, and it is hysterical. I really enjoyed this movie. I saw it when I was a kid, and I saw it again recently streaming online. It's terrific. The Marx Brothers are employed at a hotel in post-war Casablanca, where a ring of Nazis is trying to recover a cache of stolen treasure. Yeah. Wikipedia goes on to say, A Night in Casablanca is a 1946 American comedy film directed by Archie Mayo and starring the Marx Brothers, Groucho, Harpo, and Chico. The screenplay was written by Joseph Fields and Roland Kibbe. It was an independent production released by United Artists. The cast also features actress and singer Lisette Veria. The villain is portrayed by Sig Ruman, who had roles in the earlier Marx Brothers films, A Night at the Opera from 1935 and A Day at the Races from 1937. Here is the plot, rather briefly. Set in Casablanca shortly after World War II, escaped Nazi war criminal Heinrich Stubel has steadily murdered 3 managers of the Hotel Casablanca. Disguised as a Count Pfefferman, Stubel's goal is to reclaim the stolen art treasures that he has hidden in the hotel. However, the only way he can do this undetected is by murdering the hotel's managers and running the hotel himself. The newest manager of Hotel Casablanca is former motel proprietor Ronald Kornblow, who is very much unaware that he has been hired because no one else will dare take the position. Now, Ronald Kornblow is played by Groucho. Inept Kornblow takes charge of the hotel and eventually crosses paths with Corbaccio, owner of the Yellow Camel Company. Now that's Chico, who appoints himself as Kornblow's bodyguard, aided and abetted by Stubel's valet, Rusty. And of course, Rusty is played by Harpo. In his many efforts to murder Kornblow, Stubel sends beautiful Beatrice Reiner to romance the clueless manager. Yeah, this is an absolutely hysterical movie. Very, very funny. Great visual gags. And the verbal back and forth from Groucho with the other actors and characters in this film is just hysterical, priceless, very, very funny. Now, I don't know why, but Amazon Prime here has a content advisory: violence, alcohol use, smoking, foul language. I don't remember any foul language in this movie. It's 1946. I don't remember hearing anything in the way of a four-letter word. Maybe there's one tame, so to speak, four-letter word. Could not tell you. It's been a while since I've seen it. I saw this, maybe 3 to 6 months ago, something like that. But nothing really stood out as like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they said that. Or I can't believe they had that kind of a foul expression. Nothing like that at all. And it's not really violent. It's slapstick. And the dialogue is very, very funny, especially, again, back and forth with Groucho and the various characters in the movie. And really just a very, very entertaining, very, very funny movie. So if you're looking for a very funny, entertaining, energetic movie with a lot of fun verbal wordplay, A Night in Casablanca is the one for you. There's some suggestion there, some double entendres, which adds to the fun, but I don't recall anything being offensive at all. Really a lot of fun. And again, I really enjoyed the verbal wordplay between Groucho and the other characters. Just classic Marx Brothers. And Chico and Harpo are just hysterical. Their conversations where Harpo has to whistle and do pantomime in order for Chico to understand what he's saying, that in itself is worth the price of admission. So check it out. From 1946, the Marx Brothers in A Night in Casablanca. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who commented and contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that Second Cup.